Sagittarius, October 17. A new chapter is unfolding, not because you're forcing it, but because your soul is finally ready. If you're reading this right now, it's not by chance. Some people may scroll past, but only awakening souls stop here. You didn't arrive at this message out of curiosity. Deep down, something inside you has already shifted. Something subtle, yet deep enough to stir the parts of you you once thought were long shut away. Can you feel that? Sagittarius, there's a wave of energy building inside you. Not exactly chaos, not exactly peace either, but more like that tense stillness, right before the arrow is released, ready to launch you towards something completely new. On October 17th, time and the planets align at a pivotal crossing, not to bind you, but to open a door, a gateway calling you back to your true nature, your freedom, your vastness, your clarity. But before you step through it, you'll need to let go of what's still holding your steps back. Not everyone sees it that clearly. Endings don't always come with a crash. Sometimes they arrive silently. In the moment you stop forcing a conversation, in the moment you realize the role you've been playing no longer fits, in the moment your heart no longer connects to someone and you stop pretending it does. That's not failure, that's redesign. It's your soul whispering, that's enough now, it's time for something new. Time to breathe, to grow, to expand. In recent weeks, you may have felt the stirring of this change, but maybe you've ignored it, distracted yourself, focused on short-term goals, repeated affirmations. But deep down, you know, that's not what you're truly craving. You're not chasing surface-level peace anymore. You're craving truth, and truth doesn't stay quiet for long, does it? You are Sagittarius, seeker of truth, the traveler, the question asker. When your world shifts, it's never just internal. It's a quiet earthquake, one that shakes the very system of beliefs you've been standing on. That's why you don't change halfway. You don't stop at feeling better. You go all the way, to understand, to grow, to heal. You're not breaking down, you're being restructured. What's crumbling isn't you. It's the version of you that tried so hard to please others. And yes, you may feel tired, confused, maybe even questioning yourself. But that's not weakness. That's the sign. That's the sign you're not just surviving anymore. You're awakening, that stillness you felt lately. It's not emptiness, it's sacred pause. It's the breath the universe gives you, so you can see clearly what to carry and what to finally set down. And the pain, it's not your enemy, it's your compass. It shows you where you've abandoned yourself for too long, where you traded your freedom for fear of being left, where you stayed quiet just to keep someone else comfortable while you were quietly breaking inside. October 17th, you may hear a phrase, see a look. Have a dream, something small yet deeply moving. Don't brush it off. It's not random, it's a message. A whisper from the universe, hidden inside a moment of perfect synchronicity. From that point on, you'll start seeing what once felt blurry, repeating numbers, dreams so vivid they wake you up in the middle of the night, old memories resurfacing without warning, not to hurt you, but to release you. It's all a message that says, you're on the right path even if the world around you seems quiet. A message that says, parts of you are being purified, parts that never truly belonged to you, but that you carried out of loyalty, out of fear, out of the belief that it was your job to keep everything together. You've loved too hard, given too much, forgotten how to love yourself in the process. But you can't keep living like that anymore. It's time to learn one of the most important lessons of your life. Being kind to others should never mean being cruel to yourself. You don't have to stop giving. You just have to learn how to receive. If these words make something inside you tremble even just a little, pause, breathe, then go to the comments and write, I allow myself to let go so I can be free, or I choose to open my heart to my true path, because this is not an ending. This is a beginning. Tomorrow, when you wake up, look at the sky, and if you happen to see a bird flying high, remember this, it doesn't fly because it has no fear. It flies because it's finally ready to live by its wings, and you are no different. The problem was never about keeping distance from others. The real question is, how many people have you let into your sacred space, while forgetting that you also deserve protection? Sagittarius, you are a soul born craving freedom down to the bone. But because you are generous, noble, and always willing to see the best in people, you've ignored the times you were hurt. Not because you didn't notice, but because you didn't want to believe it. You didn't want to admit that sometimes the love you give isn't valued the way it should be. And the universe doesn't just love you. It wants you to understand something important. Keeping your energy healthy, awake, and protected is the greatest gift you can offer this world. Only when you care for yourself can you truly become the light that guides others. If lately someone has made your heart feel unsure, trust your intuition. The truth will surface. It might sting or it might set you free. But either way, it will bring clarity. Real love will never make you shrink. It won't exhaust you with guessing games. It won't demand that you break off pieces of yourself to be accepted. Love meant for you will feel like coming home. And if you're single, start opening your heart, not to search, but to be ready. A significant connection is moving closer. Not a passing flame, not a distraction, but someone who comes to stay, someone whose eyes are quiet, whose heart is calm, someone who doesn't pull you away from your purpose, but recognizes you in the way you think, the way you've seen too far, the way you've carried scars. And they won't walk. But remember, true love doesn't rush. The universe sets the pace. Your job is to trust and be ready, and love isn't the only energy moving toward you. Material and financial flow is also shifting in your favor. But there's a condition: you're being asked to grow up in how you use your energy. Money isn't just a tool, it's a mirror. Will you spend it to fill emptiness or use it to build lasting freedom? Don't make choices from fear or scarcity. Pause. Plan and trust the intuition you've been sharpening. There is an idea, a dream, a project still sitting in your notebook. You know it deserves to live, but you've been delaying it because of fear, distraction, or timing. Now is the moment to return to it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to begin. The universe will move the rest into place. Your independence is returning, but this time it's deeper. Not "I don't need anyone," but "I am whole enough not to be ruled by anyone." You can build something that is truly yours. You don't need approval. You don't need permission. You just need to start one step at a time. Take care of your body, not just so you can work, but because your body is the home of your soul. The exhaustion you feel lately isn't only physical. It's the weight of emotions you've swallowed for too long. All the times you said "I'm fine," while quietly breaking inside. Rest is not weakness. Stopping is also a form of forward motion. Give yourself permission to unplug from the outside world and return to your inner one. And when you do, you'll start to notice the small miracles. An old situation resolving itself. Someone from the past returning with a different energy. A dream repeating itself. A number appearing again and again like a whisper saying, "You are not alone." You don't have to explain everything with logic. Sometimes all the universe needs from you is faith. October 17th opens a 6-week window that shapes your future. What you choose, what you release, what you begin will direct the flow of the year ahead. If something drains you, let it go. If something brings you peace, keep it close. Peace is always the compass. And remember this: you are no longer in survival mode. You are finally living. Every loss was an evolution. Every silence was a shedding. Everything that once broke you is now the scaffold for who you're becoming. And the best part, now you're wise enough to see why it all had to happen. The universe never removes what belongs to your future. Whatever leaves was making space for something better. Whatever stays is strong enough to rise with you. In the next few days, mark this turning point with a simple act. Clean a corner of your room. Burn a note of what you're ready to release. Give away something you've outgrown, not because of superstition, but because symbols are the language of the soul. Every act you do with love becomes a silent affirmation to the universe that you're ready for the next chapter. If something in your heart has been stirred just now, comment below, "I'm ready to open my heart to my new chapter. I choose to let go to be free and awake. I embrace my journey with love. I release what once held me back. I honor the light within me, and I welcome the life I was born to live." Say it 3 times, slowly, intentionally. Let the meaning unfold within each word. Every repetition is a tiny key opening a big door inside you. From this moment on, you may begin to feel a new kind of peace, not the peace that comes from giving up, but the one that comes from deep harmony with your true self. You'll feel things start to fall into place, as if some quiet current is pulling you in the right direction. No forcing, no chasing, just the quiet knowing that life is aligning with you. This is a sign of awakening. When the soul becomes still, the mind becomes clear. Emotions start to harmonize with awareness, and the things that once hurt you begin to lose their grip. The people who once made you question your worth will no longer hold the same power, not because they disappeared, but because you've changed. You are no longer who you were yesterday. You are wiser now, deeper, and more compassionate. This wisdom didn't come from books or advice. It came from walking through the storm alone. It came from the moments you chose forgiveness, even when anger felt justified. One day, you'll look back and realize every loss was a form of salvation, and every tear had its purpose. In your career path, something is stirring. Energy is unlocking. Ideas once frozen are starting to move again. Those who once dismissed your efforts will circle back. Not to take, but to offer to walk beside you. But this isn't a miracle. It's the natural result of seeds you've been planting, in silence, with patience, and with faith long before there was evidence. The universe is responding to your belief. Still, don't rush. Success doesn't need you to go faster. It needs you to stay steady. Learn to receive without guilt, without needing to justify. To open your arms to what's coming is a form of self-love. Let me remind you of this. Next year, your life will take a whole new direction, and it begins right now. You won't have to chase anymore. What belongs to you will find its way to you. A journey is coming. It might be a real trip or an inner turning point, but it will change you. If the chance to change appears, don't hesitate. This isn't just geography, it's a soul journey that will lead you to parts of yourself you've never met. In this phase, people from your past may return. Some with sincerity, others to test whether you've learned how to say no. Not everyone gets to stay. Not everyone is part of your future. Hold your boundaries. True love isn't the one who stays the longest. It's the one who stays the truest. The energy you carry now will begin to attract new souls. Some will bring lessons. Some will walk beside you, but you don't need to figure out who's who. Let life unfold. Sagittarius, this is your emotional awakening. You'll want to say what you've never dared to say. You'll want to close a chapter that's haunted you for too long. Let yourself do that. Not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. Healing doesn't come from hearing "I'm sorry." Healing comes when you no longer need it. Your voice will grow stronger, not because you speak louder, but because you're no longer afraid of being misunderstood. You'll speak your truth without needing permission, and then your environment will begin to shift. The ones who once challenged you will quietly step back. The energies that once confused you will dissolve. The calm in you will solve the conflicts you once thought were impossible. In your work life, you'll receive an unexpected opportunity, maybe a collaboration, a reawakened project, or a surprising invitation. Don't rush into it, but don't ignore what makes your heart stir. Your intuition is sharp right now, trust it. In the days ahead, you'll overhear the right conversations at the right moment. You'll witness coincidences that feel like signs. Pay attention. The universe is speaking to you in subtle ways. And if you feel lost at any point, gently remind yourself, I don't need to understand everything right now. I just need to trust the rhythm of my life. You've been through enough to know that some things will come to you without a fight. Now is the time to open your arms and open your heart. Pause for a few seconds. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes if you need to. Feel the heartbeat of this very moment. No outside noise is more important than the awakening within. There's a movement happening, and if you look with your spiritual eyes, you'll start to see small sparks of light circling around you, rearranging everything that once felt chaotic, closing doors that no longer fit, and opening corridors you never imagined walking through. You don't need to understand it all. You just need to trust that something deep within you is quietly rebuilding itself. And soon you'll notice, everything begins to arrive right on time. You'll start to see what others miss. The subtle tones in a conversation, the vibrations hidden beneath the words, the silent signals between two eyes, and the whispered messages within the quiet moments. Sagittarius, you are not crazy, you are awakening. Your intuition is no longer just a vague feeling. It's a deeper knowing, a clarity you once felt, and now you finally understand. You once touched something you couldn't name, but now you can. And I want to whisper something to you, something not everyone is brave enough to say. What you're feeling is not weakness, it's not hypersensitivity, it's the gift your soul brought into this life. To see beyond the mask, to feel what lies beneath the surface. That's why your journey could never be easy. You came here to learn deeply, to live truthfully, to truly understand, not just to survive. In the coming days, this awareness will grow stronger. You might dream more, feel more, or just have flashes of knowing that surprise even you. Write them down, don't ignore them. The universe is opening before you, a new level of consciousness, not to make you someone else, but to help you remember who you truly are. This isn't fortune-telling or mysticism, it's a return to a primal ability you've always had. A cycle of illumination is unfolding. You'll begin to see truth, not just in others, but in yourself. Truths that may shake you, but also free you. They're not here to hurt you, they're here to liberate you, and you may begin to notice. Time feels different, days move quickly, nights feel longer, old memories blend with glimpses of the future. Don't be afraid, you're shifting into a new frequency, where time is no longer linear, where intuition replaces logic, where you learn to tell the difference between loving from lack and loving from fullness. For so long, you may have confused letting go with losing, obsession with connection, attachment with loyalty, but now, the universe is calling you to learn how to love without fear, without condition, without abandoning yourself. You'll begin to see every relationship in a different light. You'll know who truly sees you and who's just looking for a mirror to reflect their own emptiness. And if someone leaves, let them go. Not everyone is ready to meet your new vibration. This is a time when false ties fall away and true connections are affirmed. Someone may enter your life and make you question everything, not because they're intense, but because they're so peaceful, and you won't know if it's love or just familiarity. But if you feel free around them, if you don't have to shrink or hide or explain yourself, if you feel fully yourself, then that is love, and this love won't come to break you. It will come to grow with you on a material level. Your creative energy is expanding. You'll begin to see that money is not a reward, but a reflection of your inner state. When you're at peace, everything flows. When you're anxious, everything freezes. This month, you will learn that lesson. Don't chase wealth. Create it. There's an idea, a calling, a project that has been waiting for you. And now, the conditions are aligning. Someone or something will arrive at just the right moment to support you. It's not a coincidence. It's a sign that you're ready. Your imagination will awaken in a new way. You may want to write, to paint, to cook, to plant something, or simply to change your space. Do it. Every creative act is a silent prayer. It says to the universe, I'm alive. It doesn't matter if you're an expert. What matters is that you put your heart into it. Physically, your body may start reacting to the energetic shift. You may become more sensitive to light, to sound, or to certain foods. Don't fight it. Listen, ask yourself, what does my body need today? What do I truly need right now? In the invisible movements unfolding around you, trust this, everything is being quietly restructured to prepare you for your next chapter. Your body is evolving with you. Sometimes it resists you not because it wants to hurt you, but because it's afraid of losing old habits. It's afraid of losing control. But when you return to it with love, it softens. It opens and it begins to cooperate. Walk more, breathe more, let the wind touch your skin. Let the light kiss your eyelids. All inner processes become easier when your body feels safe. And if one day you feel completely exhausted, don't push yourself. Please remember, resting is not giving up. Resting is a form of healing, a sacred act of restoration. Dear Sagittarius, you are entering a profound phase of integration. You no longer need to collapse just to be reborn. You are learning how to transform gently, consciously, lovingly. This is new for you, because for so long you associated change with crisis, with separation, with bold and dramatic moves. But now, you're starting to understand that change can come with quiet, with stillness, with grace. Your soul has learned so much. You've closed cycles that others may spend a lifetime trying to end. And the wisdom you've gathered is now beginning to shine. People will come to you not to be rescued, but to learn, to witness how you were able to rise so peacefully. And when that happens, share. Don't hoard it, but don't preach either. Tell your story, be the example, let your presence do the teaching. Your role is not to lead with authority, but to inspire simply by being. Show them that you walked through the dark and kept your heart soft. In the months ahead, a great opportunity will knock on your door. It might be a job, it might be a place to live, a long-term project, or a spontaneous journey. Don't dismiss it, it's not random. It's the missing piece. The turning point your soul has been waiting for. At first, you might not understand, but later looking back, you'll see that it was the hinge upon which your whole path turned. And I want you to listen, not just to your dreams or repeating numbers, but to the ordinary conversations around you. The universe speaks through casual remarks, through passing comments. Even a single sentence from a stranger could be the answer to a question you've held for years. But here's what matters more. From this moment on, old energy begins to dissolve. The memories that used to weigh you down, the guilt that clung to your chest, they'll begin to light. You'll come to realize that back then you did the best you could. With what you knew, that was not a mistake, it was a part of the process. When you look in the mirror, you won't see the wound anymore. You'll see the trace of your courage. Everything you've been through has made you deeper, more human, and far stronger. Tonight, before you sleep, place your hand on your chest and say this out loud. I forgive myself for the times I doubted my own light. I thank every experience that brought me here, and I promise I will no longer reject my own radiance. Say it slowly. It doesn't have to be perfect, because your soul understands you, even when your voice trembles. Sagittarius, you are entering a new stage of spiritual growth. Not one of religion or rules, but of pure connection. You'll start to feel that something bigger is walking with you, holding you, lifting you even in the moments no one else can see. Some call it God, some call it the universe, destiny, energy. The name doesn't matter. What matters is you'll know you are no longer alone. Sometimes you'll feel it as intuition, sometimes as strange synchronicity, sometimes in the gentle eyes of a passing stranger. But it will always be there. This invisible guide, this new ally. And soon you'll notice something else too. Your fear is starting to change. You used to be afraid of loss. Now you're afraid of not living fully. You used to need control. Now you long to let go, to surrender and flow. And that shift is the clearest sign of your soul's maturity. Let life surprise you. The unknown is no longer a threat. It's the stage where your light gets to shine. In the land of uncertainty, you grow the strongest. Emotionally, you'll begin to reconnect with yourself. Gently, honestly, patiently. You'll start to honor your energy as something sacred. You'll learn to say no without guilt, to say yes without asking for permission. And that will change every relationship in your life. In your career path, a new door is opening. You might shift direction or uncover a deeper layer of meaning in the work you already do. What matters now is not how much you accomplish, but how you feel along the way. If something exhausts you, that's a sign it no longer aligns with your frequency. If something lights you up just thinking about it, that's your direction. Follow that feeling. That spark is your inner compass. The days ahead will bring waves of inspiration. You'll write, you'll create, you'll heal, you'll move with the rhythm of your natural pace. Some days will feel crystal clear, others full of doubt, but even doubt has its sacred role. Don't fear the dark. It's part of the light, and remember, every time you choose love, you dissolve years of fear. Every time you trust your intuition, you open a door that was once sealed. Every time you choose peace over proving yourself, you move closer to your soul. October 17 is more than just a date, it's a turning point, a moment of energetic realignment. From this point on, every thought, every action carries a different frequency. Something is sprouting inside you. Quietly, like a flower blooming in the night, you'll feel it in your breath, in the way your eyes gaze toward the distant horizon, in the desire to be still, without feeling alone. This isn't weariness, this is preparation. Your soul is preparing for a leap, a shift in vibration. You're no longer reacting to life, you're responding from awareness. You're no longer seeking validation, you're seeking meaning. And in this new chapter, everything begins to shimmer with synchronicity. A conversation, a symbol repeating itself, a scent that unlocks a memory. It's not coincidence, it's your soul memory being reawakened. Every small feeling is a map, and one of the signs might come through your dreams. You may dream of water or fire, of cleansing and rebirth. If the water is calm, it's a sign of healing. If the fire burns but doesn't destroy, it's your desire to create without needing to tear anything down. Write down what you see. Dreams are letters from your soul. You may also notice time inviting you to slow down. You can no longer tolerate what's fake or spaces that feel heavy. You're learning to tell the difference between what expands you and what drains you. This isn't arrogance, it's awakening. Energy is your most precious resource. Turn small habits into sacred rituals. Drink tea in silence, bathe with presence, write a few lines before bed, tidy your space. As if you're clearing a sacred part of yourself. Any gesture, done with presence, becomes magic. Magic isn't in the form, it lives in the intention, and your purpose is not just to transform, but to inspire by living in alignment. When you live in truth, you don't need to teach anyone, they will feel it. The universe is also preparing a gift. A full closure. For years, you've carried emotions that weren't even yours. Family burdens, unspoken promises, fears without a name. In the days ahead, you may suddenly feel like crying or feel the urge to let go. Don't hold it back. Let the tears wash away what you no longer need to carry. And when it passes, you might feel a space inside. Don't fear that space. It is fertile. It's where the new version of you will be planted. Fill it with stillness, with beautiful music, with kind words and honest creations. Don't fill it with noise, and then, at some quiet moment, clarity will arrive, not like a thunderclap, but like a soft click within. Mind and soul fall into harmony, and silence becomes whole. When that happens, you'll know you've come into balance. Each morning, repeat these words, as if opening a sacred doorway. I'm not afraid of change because I am the change. I'm not afraid of darkness because I find my light inside it. I'm not afraid of silence because in silence I hear myself. I am Sagittarius, and everywhere I touch is reborn. If you say this with full presence, you'll start to see things fall into place. The right people will come. The right doors will open. The universe will respond, as if it has always been listening. And if you ever feel doubt, remember you are the sign that turns lost direction into sacred journey. You face what others avoid. You walk where others stop. And because of that, you've been gifted with the power of rebirth. Each time, deeper, wiser, brighter. This is not a goodbye. This is a threshold, a passage opening to the life you were always meant to live. Nothing you lose now is truly lost. Everything will be replaced with something that matches your new frequency. And when you feel peace, without needing a reason, you'll know you've come home. You are the fire of water, the meeting point between form and formlessness. You are the reminder that the soul can heal itself. And when the night falls, close your eyes and whisper, I am ready to receive everything the universe has prepared for me. I am grateful for everything that brought me here. I trust what is coming. All that I am is worthy of all that is good. Repeat this 3 times with presence, and you'll feel a subtle shift, a gentle yet undeniable wave moving through you. That is the universe responding.